Hello guys, welcome back to the new video. In the previous video we set up the project and in this video we will start designing our UI. First let me show you the screenshots of all the screens of our app. So these are the screenshots of different screens in our app. There will be 4 screens. This dashboard screen, subject screen, task screen, study session screen. We will start with the designing of our dashboard screen. So this will be our dashboard screen. First one is when there will be subject cards and task cards and session cards, and the second one we can see when we don't have these things. In the third screenshot we can see we will design this add subject dialog box so user can add the subject. So let's get back to the Android Studio and create a new file with dashboard screen. First of all, we can see with the new project this code has come. So let's remove this code, this one also. Now first of all, let's rename this package by pressing Shift F6 and let's rename it to presentation. So in this presentation package, let's create one more package with the name of dashboard. And in this dashboard package, let's create a new file with the name of dashboard screen. And here first let's create a composable function with the same name dashboard screen. So here for our dashboard screen, we will use scaffold. If you don't know what scaffold is, scaffold helps us in placing elements like top app bar, floating action button, bottom app bar at their right place. Since our dashboard screen will be having a top app bar, that's why we are using this scaffold. So here through these brackets, we will provide top app bar in this parameter called top bar. So here let me create new private composable function with the name dashboard screen top bar. Here with the material3 library we have this center aligned top app bar. So we will use this. We need to provide the title of this. So let's use text composable in this. So here I have used this text composable. In this text composable, I have provided this style. So here we will be using this headline medium, and we can also see this headline medium we provided the typography in our type file. So here when we go to this headline medium, this is how the styling will be applied to our title of that top app bar. So let's go back to that dashboard screen, and here it is complaining about that experimental material3 API. So let's opt in this and let's use our dashboard screen top app bar here. Now we also need to provide these padding values. These are the compulsory padding values. So let's use this padding values, and we need to provide these padding values to whatever parent layout we will use in this scaffold. So we will use lazy column in this scaffold. So let's take the lazy column. So first modifier I have used this fill max size. So this fill max size will take up the whole size of phone's screen, and here I have provided the padding values to this lazy column padding modifier. So now first what I will do, let's use this dashboard screen in our main activity here, and let's run our app and see how this much code is working. So here we can see we have our screen with the center aligned top app bar. So let's minimize this and let's go back to our dashboard screen. So here in the screenshot we can see next we have these count cards. So what we will do, first I will create a single count card and I will reuse that count card in this screen and also in the next screen, that will be the subject screen. So first let's create a single count card. So here in our presentation package, let's create one more package with the name components. So here we will keep all our components. And in this component package, let's create a new file with the name of count card. So first let me write the code and then we will discuss. So here this is how we will use our count card. So first let me minimize these imports, and here I have used this elevated card. So this elevated card has come with the material 3 library, and in this elevated card I have used this column layout to place these text and spacer above and below in the vertical manner. And in this column layout, first I have used this text composable for that heading, and then we will have this text composable for that count, and then we will give some space between these two text composables. So I have used this spacer with the height of 5 dp, and here we can see I have used this typography of body small. But let me go to the type file again. So here when we see the body small font, here we can see the font size is of 12 sp, but we need bigger font size. So what I have did, I have taken a copy of that body small and overrided the value of that font size with 30 sp. So here next thing, we will give this heading and the count number through the parameters. So here let me create these parameters. So here we have these parameters. So let's attach to their respective values. So this heading text we will provide in this text composable, and this count here, and this modifier we will access the modifier of that elevated card like this. And one more thing we need to do is this, here we need to provide some parameter in this column layout. So here I have given the fill max width modifier because this column will take whatever width size this elevated card will have. And also I have used this padding modifier to give horizontal padding 4 dp and this vertical to 12 dp. And horizontally and vertically we will align these children's center. So let's use this card composable in our dashboard screen. So here what I will do, I will create one more private function with the name count card section. So here what we will do, we will take a row layout and we will reuse that count card 3 times. So here like this I have used a row layout, and in that row layout I have used these count cards with the spacer to give 10 dp space in between these cards. One more thing I will do is provide a weight to these cards. So these card will take a definite width. So here let's use this modifier. Let's give 1f, and let's copy this and paste for these cards also. So this weight modifier, what it will do, it will give equal sizing to all these three cards. So these cards will not take unequal size. And one more thing let's do is let's provide some values through the parameters. Since the heading text will be same for every user, but this subject count and this studied hours count, this will be different according to the app's progress. So we will provide these values dynamically. So let's use this through the parameter. So here I have created these parameters, attach these one by one. Here we will provide the goal hour, and this one is studied hours, and here the subject count, like this. And the modifier, we will attach the modifier of this row layout. So here we have all our count card section. So let's use this section in our lazy column using this item composable. Here let's provide our count card section, and we need to provide these values. So for the first one, let's use that fill max width modifier. So this will take the whole width, and that padding modifier to give 12 dp padding for this section. And the subject count, for now let's give the hard coded value with 5. Now we can run our app and see how this card section is looking. So let's run our app and see. So here we can see we have our count card section, and we can see our count card section is looking perfectly good. And let's also turn on the dark mode and see how this is looking in the dark mode. So here we can see this is how it will look in the dark mode. So for now let's minimize this and also this. So next let's see what we need to do. So here we can see next we have this subject card section. So here we need to first get these images and these color values in our project. Then we will start coding this section. So I have copied some images. You can also do so from the GitHub repository and paste in this drawable package. So here we can see now we have 3 more images in our project. So we will use these images. Let's close this. And one more thing we need to do is let's go to this color file, and here I have copied some color values. So let me paste here. So we will use these color values in providing the gradient. You can copy these color values from the GitHub repository. Now let's close this color file. So here in the last, let's create one more composable function for subject card section. So this will be a private function, because we will use this function only in this dashboard screen file. Here let me write the code first and then we will discuss. So here first I have used this column layout, because in this column layout first I will put the row of this subject and this icon, and then we will have the subject card. So these two things will be placed in the vertical axis. That's why I have used this column layout. And here first we have this row, so this row will take the maximum width of the phone's screen, and here vertically this will be center, and horizontally I have used this space between. So let's press Ctrl Q. So here we can see this will place our children like this. There will be no free space before the first child and after the last child. So in this row, first we will use this text composable for our subject, and then this icon button for our add subject icon. And here I have used this add icon. So with the Jetpack Compose, we get so many icons. So here this is how we will access those icons. So here let me remove this code. So here first let's place dot. So we can see here we have this default rounded filled sharp outline. So these are various variants of icons. So here I have used this default. So again when we place dot, so here we can see we have these so many icons to use. So we can use these icons. So for now let's use that add icon for our add button. And after this row layout, so first let's see the screenshot. So when we won't have any subject, so we will show this image and this text. You don't have any subject like this. And when we have some subjects, then we will use these subject cards for each subject. So here what we will do, we will provide list of all subjects and check if that subject list is empty. If it is, then we will show these two composables. Otherwise, we will show our lazy row of these subject cards. So first what we need to do, we need to create a data class of single subject. So for that, here let's create one more package with the name of domain. And in this domain package, let's create one more package with the name of model. So here let's create one file for subject. This will be a data class. So here in our single subject, we will have a name of each subject and the goal hours and the colors of gradient. So here I have created this companion object to keep all these subject colors at a single place. So here I have created the list of all those 5 gradients user can choose in between. So let's minimize these imports, and here let's use this subject data class in our subject card section. So here we will provide this modifier and subject list through the parameter of this subject card section. So here let's attach this modifier to our parent column layout like this, and here after this row layout we will check if our subject list is empty, then we will use two composables. So here I have used this image composable and this text composable. So here in this image composable I have provided the size of 120 dp with the help of this size modifier, and with the help of this align modifier we have aligned this to center horizontally to this column layout. And here we are using with the help of painter resource our image which we pasted in that drawable package, and this content description is for accessibility purpose, because if some users are using screen reader, so screen reader will read the image through the content description, so we will provide content description also. And after this I have used this text composable, and here we will use the text of that empty list, and here I have provided the color to gray because this needs to be little bit dull. So this empty text we will provide through the parameter. So here let's use. So this will be our empty text. Here I have used this /n for line break. So let's use this empty list text here in this content description of our image and also here. Now let's use our subject card section in our lazy column. Let's use one more item. So here for our subject card section I have used this fill max width, and here for now I have provided this empty list. So now we can run our app and see this much change. So here we have our subject card section. We can see we have this add subject icon, and when our subject list is empty we have this image empty text. So now let's minimize this, and next thing what we will do, we will create a single subject card and we will reuse that card for each subject. So again let's go to the presentation package and this components package, and here let's create one more file, subject card. So here for subject card I will use a box layout and I will put the gradient background in that. So let's write the code first. So here for our subject card, first I have taken this box layout, and in this box layout I have used this column layout because we need to place this image and text above and below. So here in this column layout I have used this padding and vertical arrangement to center, and in this image again we are using painter resource to get the image from our drawable package, and the size will be 80 dp. And after that we will use text composable to use for the subject name. So here we will provide the subject name through the parameters. So here I have used these four parameters. First one is this modifier. So let's use this modifier to our box layout. So we can also access the modifier of this box layout through this subject card. And the subject name we will use for our text composable. Since our subject cards will be clickable, so here we will use clickable modifier, and let's provide that on click. Now we need to provide the background, so here let's use the background modifier, and here we have these two overloads. We will use the first one, brush. So let's use the brush. So we have various kinds of brush. Let's place dot, and here we have these horizontal gradient, linear gradient, radial gradient. So we will use the vertical gradient. Here we need to provide the list of colors, so it will make the vertical gradient with those colors. So let's provide the colors through the parameter of this subject card function. And let's also provide the shape of this background. So with the help of this medium, it will give some rounded corner. So that's all for our subject card. Let's minimize these import, and here let's use this subject card in our dashboard screen. Subject card section, and after this if section, let's use a lazy row. So here we have these items composable, so we can provide the list of items. So let's use our subject list, and with each subject in this subject list we will use subject card. For now we don't need to provide this modifier, so what we can do, let's go back to that subject card. So here we can provide the default modifier. Now this subject name will be the subject dot name, and this gradient color again will be subject dot colors, and that on click we will leave it blank for now. And in the brackets of this lazy row we will use horizontal arrangement. So this content padding will make sure that in the starting of this whole lazy row we will have 12 dp padding, and in the end, means after the last card, we will have 12 dp spacing, and in between we have provided through the horizontal arrangement. So now let's go back to our dashboard screen. So for seeing these subject cards, we need to provide a dummy list for now. So here let me create the dummy list, and in the future videos when we will implement the room database, then we will provide these subject lists dynamically, whatever will be there in the database. So here I have created this dummy list of subjects. So let's provide this subject list instead of this empty list. Now we can run our app and see these changes. So here we have these lazy row of subject cards. Now when we scroll, we can see we have these cards. In this video, we will design only this part of our dashboard screen. The rest of the screen we will design in the next video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Thanks for watching.